Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see, getting closer. Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the bleacher and the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brink of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night? Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to DeForest Yards Ice Arena here in DeForest, Wisconsin. It's the Shattuck St. Mary's Sabres 16U squad taking on the home team Madison Capitols. Your starting lineup for Coach Ellie's squad: Tommy Cinquino, better known as Tommy C to her fans. Nora Patak at center. Going to be MC Matea Conklin on right wing. Your blue liners are going to be Andy Hall along with Jaden Kruszylniski in net. Number 35 between the pipes, Big Q. 16 minutes are on the clock to get this contest underway, and down on the left wing side, here to the near side, we picked up by Andy Hall, who chips one in front of the Capital benches. Benches are on the far sides. Capitals on the left, Sabres on the right. Penalty boxes in the scorer's table, separating the two. The Sabres are working from right to left if you're listening on the radio, and it's going to be the Capitals making a move around Tommy C, and they're going to chip it up to the far side. Sends one down towards the net of Q. Q's going to slow it up. Sends it over here to Kruszylniski. Kruszylniski here on the near side, pushing it up to Tommy C. C over to attack. Nora's going to get it inside this Capital zone. Left wing side, hits the brakes, looking for support. Coming in is going to be Brooklyn Ligda on the forecheck now, along with Juliana Golden trapping on the right side. Golden gets to it, down the right wing corner, comes right to left with speed. Pushing through, powering here to the near side. Sends it over to Gianna. Gianna left point. Got Field. Sends one. Tip forward by Lichta. Swatted at by Field. Knocked loose by the Capitals. He had Jocelyn Field breaking on the right side. I don't know if G saw her. Emma Pape on D out there now. In between Golden's feet. Picked up here by the Capitals. Stuffed by Gianna in the neutral zone. And bashes it right back into the hands of Golden. Golden bounces it here towards Jocelyn Field. Field picks it up. Lichta heads the net. Field fires a shot. Blocked by the Capitals. She was trying to use the defender as a screen. And it's sent out here to the point for Gianna. Gianna back to Field. Field, top of the slot. Goes cross ice for Lichta. Lichta, bottom of the right circle. Fires one over the crossbar. Here to the near side. Rebounded out to Gianna. Gianna walks the line like Johnny Cash. Fires one low. Just wide right. Bouncing rebound out to Lichta. Lichta tried to get it hold of it, but it's off her stick into the hands of the Capitals towards Emma Pape. Pape going to chop at it. Knocked into the hands of the Capitals. Trying to fire a shot. Gianna blocks and she tried to toe drag release. Gianna going to put her in the wall. Loose change collected by Juliana Golden. Golden going to work. Run off the puck, but it's picked up by Pape on a loose change. Pape down low now, coming in his Field for support. Sent over here to the near side. Golden hustling over to the right wing hash marks near side. Out, picked off right circle, picked back up by the Capitals. High slot, comes across in front of the blue line towards Field. Shot fired, blocked by Pape. Pape in the right wing corner now, sends it over to Golden here to the near side. Golden bounces one top of the right circle, back out to the blue line. Picked up here right in front. Out of the neutral zone it goes, collected by the Capitals in the neutral zone, coming back here to the near side. Rebounding forward. Pushed at the blue line, inside the zone, cut off by Dylan King, right in front of the blue line there. Into the right wing corner, it goes to the Capitals. Pass Pape and Vernig down behind the net of Q. Into the left wing corner, Dylan King comes in and fishes it out. Highway robbery, somebody call the cops. It's up to MC. Conklin got to push one forward into the left wing corner here near side. Conklin going work down behind the goal line, left to right, hanging on to, looking to get it over to Molnar. Hangs on to it, she hits the brakes and chips it down low to Molnar. King streaks in towards the middle of the net. And it's picked back up by Molnar behind the net. Molnar to Conklin. Conklin tries to wrap around the left post. Nice little trick play there out to the point for Hall. Hall going to send one back in. Looked like that one crossed the blue line. Referee says no. 13:04 to go here in the period. And the Capitals are going to collect it. Tries to toe drag around Hall. Throws one up off the glass. And it's back into the hands of Belanger, who slams one off this Capitals skates forward. And coming into the corner is Molnar. Molnar going to work along with somebody lost a piece of steel. That's going to be from the Capitals. One of the players lost a piece of steel, either lost the whole thing or cracked or whatever. But she had to make her way back to the bench. And it's going to be Vernig over to Molnar. Molnar to Monaco. Monaco touch one forward into the right wing corner. Down towards the netminder. In front, Monaco slams one forward on the rebound. And the goaltender has to make the save. Let's check the replay on that one. The streaking one-man wrecking crew coming with speed. Off her stick it goes, bounces off the wall and heads towards the goaltender, who tries to touch it forward to the defenseman. Monaco comes crashing in hard and tries to stuff one in. Almost caught the goaltender sleeping. So for those of you back home, the Sabres are wearing their away maroon jerseys, the Maroon Marauders with maroon jerseys and socks. They're going to have black and white on their shoulders, along with black and white piping around the armbands, waist, and socks. Shells, helmets, and gloves are black. The gloves are going to have some maroon and white trim. Here to the near side is going to be Gianna Monaco getting over to little sister Elena here on the half wall. One of the Capitals girls goes down by the shoulder of Monaco, one of them. Here to the near side, Monaco harassing, out to the blue wing, picked off by Siri Bolding. It's going to be Bolding across center, going to chip one in. Belanger in support. Into the left wing corner it goes. For the home team, Madison Capitols, it's going to be white jerseys with powder blue piping around the chest, armbands, waist, and socks. Shells are going to be red with a double white and single powder blue vertical stripe. Their helmets are white. Gloves are going to be red with the white and powder blue trim. Out of the zone it goes in neutral zone for Gianna. G pulls it up towards Krushelnyski, and Jaden sends one in deep. In here to the near side, going to be Cinquino. Tomasina going to work here to the near side. Bounced off the puck here for the Capitals. Left wing hash marks. Defenseman picks it up, met by Conklin. And it's going to be picked off by Krushelnyski at center. We're going to get offsides, as it looked like Cinquino and Conklin, one of them was still across the blue line. 11:27 to go here in the first period. And a face-off just outside the zone in front of the Capital benches. We'll get a line change out there now. It'll be Cinquino, Patak, and Conklin. It's a wholesale change up front anyway. And down on the defensive side of things will be Vernig and Pape. Josie Vernig harassed by one. She's going to hang on to it. Sends over to Pape in the left wing corner. Pape breaks it up to Conklin. Pinching in is going to be the defenseman. Kind of muscle it forward as Patak. She finally does. Gets out of the zone. She's got TC going with her. Patak harassed by one. Goes down. No trip call here to the near side. That bouncing, sealing up the wall is going to be Patak. Poke check by Conklin. Cinquino trying to come in and get it. Pape sends it back into the half wall for Patak. She gets her pocket pick, but it's chucked out of the zone by the Capitals. And the spinning dime on the far side collected by Josie Vernig. Vernig trying to hit the brakes. Cycling back on. They had the Capitals trapping left and right on her. 2-1-2 check for the Caps. And it's going to be Patak here. Bounces one off of Bob. And it's going to be Patak and Conklin. Back checkers in a 2-on-1. Patak left side fires a rebound. Juicy one in the slot. But Conklin was crashing on the right post. picked up by Andy Hall. That'll be offsides as that puck slid across the blue line. Saw some white space there in between the blue line and Mattea Conklin's stick and the puck. And we'll get an offside, or that was Andy Hall's stick and puck. We'll get an offsides and face off just outside the zone. It'll be Juliana Golden, Jocelyn Field, and Brooklyn Ligda. Ligda going wide right there towards the Capital benches. Andy Hall and Krushelnyski trying to split that one quick and picked off by the Capitals in front of the neutral zone. Back in the hands of Andy Hall. Ligda gets on it. Field high towards the blue line. Now she backs down to the defensive position. Juliana Golden at the blue line in that high slot area. Krushelnyski left wing faceoff dot. Picked up by the Capitals. Punched back in by the Caps here to the near side and sends it all the way down towards Q. Going to go behind the net, left wing corner. Picked up by Krushelnyski, who spins it out to the far side. Picked up by Field on the bad bounce off the boards. You wouldn't think that would happen here in this brand new arena. And it's picked up here by Field from Hall. Caps looking to go the other way, right in front of us. Nobody really controlling just yet. It'll be Hall and Monaco on D now. Andy Hall stuffs the entry, but it's right back into the blue line and kept in by the Caps. Down low, it'll be Gianna going to work, left wing side. Chips it over to Hall, creating some time and space. Hall over to Golden. Golden's got Field breaking up the ice, going to hang on to it. Juliana going to work here. Send the cross ice pass for Ligda. Ligda tips it inside the zone. It'll be Brooklyn Ligda, lone forechecker, as the rest of the Sabres go for the line change. Gianna punched, bodied it off the puck, so down behind the goal line for Q, picked up by the Capitals. Coming in is going to be Gianna. She puts the girl on the wall. Out comes King on the defensive side of it now. A 2-on-2, 50-50 battle in front of the Zamdors. King and Monaco going to work here, pushing him, shoving and hacking and whacking. Puck's loose behind the goal line. Punch forward by Monaco. Flipped it by the Caps on the left side, and it's going to be Capitals' far side. Out to the left point, coming over is Molnar. Fires one low, wide right. Here to the near side, coming in is Monaco. Monaco puts a body on it, takes the girl down, picked up by the Capitals. King gets on it. Monaco chops it back in the right wing corner, and she's going to send it over to Pape in the left wing side. She sends it out to Molnar. Molnar pushing it forward, kept in by the Caps, and it goes right back the other way. Monaco picks it up, bottom of the right circle, sends one out of the zone. That's going to be an icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 8:46 to go here in the first. Offensive zone face-off for the Capitals. Get a wholesale change out there now for the Sabres. It'll be Monaco and Vernig stacked up here on the near side. Belanger at center. And Bolding along with Andy Hall in the slot. Looking for top left circle, fires a shot. Glove saved by Q. No rebound given. You can see in this new arena they got a couple of windows out here, so we're getting some sunlight on the rink. Wonder if they'll correct that once things get going around here as it's fully open. Belanger on your draw. Poke forward, but it's kept in by the Capitals and slung off the glass by Hall. Puck's going to go all the way down for an icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 8:29 to go still here in period number one. And ice has been tilted in the favor of the Capitals so far here for probably the last couple minutes, as the Sabres are having a little trouble getting out of the zone. Monaco in the slot along with Vernig. Poke checked away by Q as it headed towards the net. One-handed by Hall over to Vernig here to the near side. Vernig checked in by one. Vernig still battling it out here, right wing corner, looking for support. Out to the right point, coming over is Monaco. Off of Monaco skates as she blocked the shot into the right wing corner. Two on Vernig, looking for support. Here comes Belanger. Belanger sends it over to the far side for Hall. Hall bounces it over to Bolding. Bolding slams one forward to Monaco. Sliding into the zone. It's going to be collected by the Capitals, looking to get out of the zone quick. Saucer over here, bounces over the stick of the Capitals. Picked up by Vernig, who's going to chip one right back in. And it's going to wrap around from left to right on the far side. Conklin on the forecheck along with Belanger. Pushes it up towards the blue line. Poke checked away by the Capitals. Here they're coming in front of Belanger. Sauced across and thrown away by the Capitals. And that's going to go down for an icing. We're going to bring that one all the way back. 7:43 to go here in period number one. Faceoff goes all the way down to the right wing circle in the offensive zone for the Sabres. And the Maroon Marauders complete the line change. It's Cinquino, Patak, and Conklin up front. Krushelnyski and G on D from right to left. Cinquino from her feet takes it into the right corner now. Sends it over to Krushelnyski, right side. Krushelnyski back over to TC. Trying to spread things out. Capitals collapsing on it quick here at the top of the strong side. They have four girls on one side of the ice. Trying to spread things out for the Sabres. Off the referee, get out of the way, strikes. Poke check by Gianna. Gianna sends it back over to Krushelnyski, hits Patak with a touch pass. Kind of over to Conklin. She does. Conklin going to send one in deep. It'll be Cinquino on the forecheck. Left and Conklin right. Cinquino gets a piece of it with her skate. Sends it forward to Patak. One-timer. Save. Rebound out front. Rebounded towards Monaco. Gianna comes in, going to send it back down behind the goal line, wrapping it around from left to right. It's going to be Patak on the forecheck now, and the Capitals trying to get rid of the puck quickly. Over here in front of Krushelnyski, backhanded in the zone, swatted at by Gianna, poked loose by Cinquino, back in the hands of G. G on the far side, backhands it out towards MC. Into the hands of the Capitals first, bouncing puck off of Cinquino's skates at the neutral zone, collected by Emma Pape. Pape makes a move, no tripping call. Picked up here on the near side by the Capitals, pushing it forward. That one was pretty obvious, folks, as Emma Pape actually had the puck. So it wasn't like it was away from the puck. It's Vernig now with speed. Vernig to field. Joining the rush, back in front, Vernig, right, left, fires a shot, saving it, rebound, and taps it in. That's a Sabres goal for Josie Vernig. Let's check the replay, folks. That's going to be Vernig over to Field. Field back to Vernig, fakes left, goes right, backhand shot, rebound, save, and another backhand shot. And at 6:24, it goes Josie Vernig from Jocelyn Field here in period number 1 to make this contest 1-0. As we make our way back out to center ice, the Sabres go for the line change. It'll be Juliana Golden, Jocelyn Field, and Brooklyn Ligda up front. Blue Liners are going to be Vernig and Pape. Josie gets the draw, top of the right circle in her own zone, sends it over to Papa in the left wing corner. Pape up towards Ligda. Ligda waits patiently. Good patience by Brooklyn Ligda. Hits Field, but a nice poke check and active stick by the Capitals. Loose change at center, stuffed by the Caps as Field tried to bring it in the zone, and it will be offsides at 6:06. Face-off going to go just outside the zone, right in front of the Capital benches. It'll be Juliana left wing, Brooklyn right. And Vernig goes for the line change. Andy Hall making her way out on the ice. It'll be Hall and Pape. Jocelyn tied up, and the face-off won by the Capitals. Right here in front of us, just past the forward, into the hands of Hall. Hall drops it back to Pape. Pape up towards Ligda. Ligda going to tip it inside the zone. Capitals defenders trying to read that regroup, not breakout. On the far side for Ligda. Ligda in the right wing corner hangs on to it, drops it for Field. Field makes a move around the forward, right wing face-off top. Poke check, active sticks by the Caps. And the Field picks it right back up, sends it to Ligda. Ligda down low for Golden. Golden hits the brakes and curls around back to the far side. Creating some space is Juliana, drops it for Pape. Dylan King makes her way on the ice. Puck is wrapped around here to the near side. Andy Hall coming down low to get it. She sends it back the other way, making the Capitals chase it over to Golden. Golden, top of the right circle, bodied off the puck. Picked back up by the Caps. They're going to send it out of the zone. That puck will slide down. If it gets there, it'll be an icing. As Andy Hall comes racing to get it. And it does reach the goal line in the right wing corner. So at 5:15, we've got ourselves an icing, and we're going to bring that one all the way back. Face-off goes into the right wing circle in the offensive zone for Coach Ellie's squad. It's Patak in the slot, King at center, and Molnar on right wing. Andy Hall and Krushelnyski are your D from left to right. And Jaden tried to send one in the corner, blocked by the Capitals, sent one back behind the net here to the near side for King. Bouncing forward, cut off by Molnar, kept in by Hall. Hall, left wing corner, sends it down low, picked back up by the Capitals. Left to right, trying to hit the brakes. Body loose by Patak. Patak going to work from Gretzky's office with King. Cycling him here to the near side. King curling around the slot, fires a shot. Pad save, rebound behind the net for Patak. Nora, left wing corner, right wing corner, she gets tripped up, and we are going to get a penalty on the Capitals. Tripping will be the call at 4:47. The Sabres are headed to the one-man advantage. Tripping, and let's see which young lady is going to the sin bin. Number 11 for the Capitals, tripping, resulting in a Sabres power play. This power play brought to you by Gene and Jude's Hot Dogs in River Grove on River Road. Gene and Jude's, no seats, no ketchup, no pretense, no nonsense. Your power play unit out there now is going to be Krushelnyski, Bolding, and Conklin up front. Belanger, the pride of Quebec, along with Andy Hall on D. Face-off one to MC, hits Hall. Hall back to Conklin. Conklin curling around. Top of the right circle, sends it to Hall. Hall back to Conklin. Conklin walks in, fires one, shin guard blocked. Picked up here in the corner by Bolding. Bolding over here to Belanger. Belanger, top of the left circle, going to make her way all the way across. Top of the right circle now, sends it in the corner for Bolding. Bolding for Krushelnyski, rebound save. Back in the hands of Bolding. Bolding to Belanger, out to Hall. Hall at the point. Over to Belanger. Belanger rips one on the glove, saved by the goaltender. As the chopper two-hopper ends in the glove, she scoops it up like a first baseman. 4:18 to go here in the period. 1:01 remaining on that Gene and Jude's power play. And that's interesting why my graphic is not, I wonder what that's at. Let's see. Coming up as black. Over here to the near side is going to be Juliana Golden. It's going to be Golden down low, sends over. Boy, Jocelyn Field just gets hammered in the back there, no call. On with Golden. Golden down to Nora Patak. Brooklyn Ligda at the left point there, creeping in high. Josie Vernig is your high running the umbrella. That'll be Vernig on the far side, sends it over to Field. Field back to Vernig. Vernig going to walk it in, back over to Field. Field walks down low, right face off dot. Hits Pep front, looking for the one-timer in the middle there was Golden. And that puck's going to slide out of the zone. And they pick back up by Josie Vernig, and the Sabres are going to have to regroup. Sends it over to Brooklyn Ligda. Ligda back to Vernig. Vernig here to the near side. Picked up by Field, goes right back the other way. Touched inside the zone by the Capitals. And it'll be Vernig right to left behind Q. She hits the brakes and going to send the breakout over to Patak. Past the reaching hands of Nora Patak, picked up by the Capitals. Thrown right back the other way into the hands of Josie Vernig. And that'll do it for the power play. Behind the net, here to the near side will be Patak. Patak goes cross ice, hits Molnar. Molnar pushing it up the ice in front of the Capital benches, sends one down on the right wing corner. And to be collected by the Caps right left, trying to reverse the ice. Here comes Elena Monaco in the right corner now. Puts a body on it, knocks it loose for Cinquino. Puck is bouncing in the right wing corner. Monaco coming in along with TC. Monaco going to cut it off. She's coming in like a rocket down there. Picked up by TC. Bounces it out to G. G walks the line like Johnny Cash. Pushes one forward into the hands of Pape. Pape sends one cross for Cinquino. Cinquino tried to kick it to her skates. Back out to the far corner. Into the right side, off the stick of the forward. Monaco on a back check. Thrown out of the zone into the hands of Gianna. And Gianna going to curl around in front of her own blue line. Sends one forward off of Molnar's skates. Coming in is going to be the one-man wrecking crew. Blocked loose by Pape. Has tried the cross-ice pass. Poked by Emma. Emma sends one forward to Belanger, but it was behind her, and it's picked up by the Capitals, who are looking to regroup now. Caps send it over here to the near side at 2:19 to go. Intercepted by Pape. Pape walks it in blue line left side. Poke checked away by the Capitals. Going to send one into the hands of King. King goes cross-ice for Belanger now. Belanger across the Capital line into the slot. Comes across left face. Fires one across looking for Dylan King, who got taken down in front of the net there and fell on top of the goaltender. Out of play that, no, it didn't go out of play. Apparently it stayed in. Belanger sends it back to Hall. Hall to Krushelnyski now, and the Sabres looking to regroup at 1:53. Hall coming in across the Capital line. Sends one in, but it's stuffed by the Capitals. Didn't quite get where they wanted it to. Out of the zone, but collected by Krushelnyski first. Almost intercepted there by the Caps. King gets on the defensive side of it in front of the Sabre benches. Belanger tried to drag it forward. No go. She ties up the stick there in the left wing corner. Puts the girl on the wall. Loose change for Krushelnyski. Sends it behind the net of Q for Hall. Hall slams it quickly over here to Conklin. Conklin trying to push one up the strong side. Pepel's girl goes down. Picked up top of the right circle. Fires shot. Shot blocked by Hall. Hall bounces over to the far side off the Capitals skates. The Capitals controlling. King gets one out of the zone now. It's a one-on-one. King in a foot race. Picked up by the Capitals now. Conklin trying to take away the cross-ice pass, but it was collected by the Capitals and thrown behind the net of Q at 1:10. Vernig picks it up here to the near side. Bounces it up off the boards. A nice active stick there by the Capitals. Right back in the hands of Josie. Josie Hero curling around the Zandors here to the near side. Hits Conklin. Conklin backhands one out of his own little saucer over the stick of the forward or defender. And it's going to be Bolding on the forecheck now. Capitals pushing it right back in. Transition game here all day right now, as nobody has gotten control probably in the last 2 minutes. Down in the left wing corner, Pape. Pape sends it back over to create space by Vernig. 42 seconds to go. Vernig going to go up there. Vernig goes up the ice to Bolding. Bolding to Field. Field going to carry it in now. Into the slot she goes, right side. Poke checked away by the Capitals. And it's going to be Field. Sends one down low. It heads towards the blue paint. Picked up by the Caps. Bounces one out. Kept in by Vernig. Vernig fires one. Shot blocked by the Capitals. It doesn't make its way through. And out to the right side in front of the Capital benches. Pape going to work here. Sent behind Pape. Off the skates of the referee. Get out of the way. Stripes. Poke check by Bolding. Picked back up by the Capitals. Trying to fire one in front. Wide right in front of Q as it heads out here to the near side half wall. And it's picked up by the Capitals. Going to circle around. Send it back down here to the right corner for Pape. Pape to Field. 4 seconds to go. Here comes Jocelyn out of the zone. And she's going to push it up the ice. And that sound is the end of the first period. So at the end of one, it's the Sabres 1 and the Madison Capitols 0 as we head to the first intermission. This first intermission brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it ain't worth drinking. Enjoy the intermission, folks. Welcome back, folks, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Let's get ready for some second period hockey. Your starting lineup for Coach Ellie's squad here in period number 2. Conklin, Patak, and Tommy C. It'll be Jaden and G on D. 16 minutes around the clock. In between the pipes, number 35, Q. Sabres are working from left to right now here in the long change. Q with the save. Bouncing puck out to the right point towards Cinquino. Firing a shot. Shot blocked by Patak into the right wing corner. Patak over to Krushelnyski. Jaden with time and space. Bounces one out to MC. Out of the zone it goes to the Capitals. We're going to send one right back the other way into the hands of Q, who sends it over to Gianna. Gianna over to Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski sends it right here back, wrapping around on the near side for Cinquino, who sauces one back in the hands of Patak as it went off the defender's skates. Nora comes in, makes a move, poke checked away, picked up by Cinquino, who tried to send one over to Conklin on the left side. Conklin put a stick on it, tied it up. Nice job by MC. Out of the zone, it goes into the hands of Vernig. Vernig over to Hall, trying to catch him in transition. She does. Hall, right side, looking for Joel Golden. Golden on the one-timer. She fans on it. Didn't get all of it she wanted. Field out to the point for Vernig. Vernig catches it. We got some sunlight back on the ice there in the slot and then out towards the left point in front of the Sabre benches. It is the long change here right now, folks. So anytime you can make your changes, take them when you can get them. And the other thing you want to do is you want to keep that other team pinned in as long as possible to wear out their legs for the third. It's Andy Hall over here to the near side. Tips it into Ligda. Ligda sends it in the right wing corner. It's Golden coming in hard with speed. Golden gets the position on off her stick left wing corner. Slapped out of the zone by the Capitals. Off the referee's skates. Get out of the way. Strikes. Picked up here by Hall. Hall bounces to Ligda. Ligda to Golden. Offsides will be the call. And they're going to have to tag back up. Golden going to have to vacate the zone. Capitals send it over here to the near side. Making a move around Hall. 3-on-1 in front of Pape. Cross ice blocked by Pape. Picked up here by Field. Field sends one forward to Bolding. It's Bolding and Monaco. 2-on-2. Elena Plass just at her skates. Takes her down. Going on the far side. No call on the trip on Monaco. Picked up by Belanger. They're back on side. Puck is loose in the neutral zone for Hall. Hall to Bolding. Holding him on with Belanger. Belanger with a time. Right hash marks. Comes in the forward. Good back check there by the Capitals. And she stuffed Belanger. Couldn't get a hold of it. Monaco popped it loose. Picked up by Bolding. Bolding back to the one-man wrecking crew. Monaco curling around on her back forehand now. Chips it down with Belanger. Belanger to Bolding. Fanning on the one-timer. Boy, they're setting up shop in front of the slot there. The Capitals unable to defend it as of yet. Krushelnyski tried to send one forward. It went off the shin guards of Elena. Krushelnyski gets the loose change into the hands of Pape. Pape past Belanger. Sliding down, Bolding with the inside position. It's going to be an icing, though, if it gets there. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 13:23 to go here in period number 2. Offensive zone face-off for the Capitals, making its way down to the right wing, left wing circle to the right of Q. Coach Ellie goes for the line change. Your lineup out there now in the slot is going to be Conklin along with, well, that's Pape with Brooklyn Ligda. Dylan King taking your draw. It'll be Krushelnyski and Molnar on the near side. Brooklyn Ligda going to push it up the ice. It's 3-on-2 with King and Molnar. Ligda hits the brakes, cuts back, top left circle, lost the puck off her stick, and it's going to be the Caps rushing the other way. Poke check by Pape right there at center to slow the rush. And it's finally sent into the corner by the Capitals, picked up by Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski sends one over here as the Capitals sent 2, trapping wide left and right into 2-1-2. And the Caps send one towards Q. She scoops it up. We're going to get a whistle at 12:55 to go here in the period. Face-off going to go to the left wing circle now. Sabres get the wholesale change in there. Headed out there will be MC and TC. And they're going to flank Nora Patak. Blue liners are going to be Vernig and G. G going to head over to the half wall. Conklin are going to stack it in front of her. Picked up by Patak. Sent down low for Gianna. Gianna going to wrap it out to Cinquino, who chips one out of the zone. And they're going to no icing as they say it went off a skate. Left wing side coming down low. Here left to right to the near side. Capitals trying to break it out quick. Going to be at the blue line right in front of Gianna. One-on-one. MC back checking. Cross ice behind Vernig into the right wing corner. Vernig going to get it. Fakes left, goes right. And she's tied up by the Capitals. Picked up by Patak on the loose change. She's bounced off the paw. And picked back up by Patak. Good job by Nora battling through the body checks there. Finally corralled by Vernig, who sends it over to G here to the near side. G left wing corner. Bounces one to Conklin. Conklin breaks it out to Patak. She's got Cinquino. Backhand pass to TC. Slowed up. Offsides will be the call as TC was unable to hold up. And we're going to get a whistle. And we'll end up with a face-off just outside the zone, right in front of the Sabre benches. Coach Ellie goes for the line change. It'll be Ligda, Field, and Golden up front. Krushelnyski and Hall are your defenders from right to left. Field wins the face-off to Hall. Hall quickly over to Krushelnyski. Jaden, number 4, sends it forward to Brooklyn Ligda. Ligda going to work down low. She blows a tire in the right wing corner in front of the Zamdors. Field and Golden coming down low. Field wins that one, trying to send it to Juliana, and we're going to get a penalty on the Capitals for tripping. Juliana fights through it on the far side. Hugh could head to the net. She doesn't see it. It's Hall going to work at the blue line. Sends one over here to the near side for Ligda. Ligda, right wing corner. Q finally heads down to the benches, and it'll be 6-on-5 at 11:45. Krushelnyski trying to hang on to it. She does. Joining the attack is going to be Bolding. Bolding sends it into the corner. Down behind the low line, touched by Golden to Field. Field over here to Ligda. Ligda, right left post, over to Golden. Golden out to the point for Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski fires one low, tipped by the Sabres. Rebound here to the near side, and still with the delayed penalty at 11:27. Hall goes cross ice, looks for Golden. Golden left hash marks, fires one shot, blocked by the Capitals, and it's finally touched, and the girl from the Capitals looks like she caught that one in the skate, folks. That hurts. At 11:18 to go, we are going to have a power play for the Sabres as number 15 heads to the sin bin. See what the indication is they're going to call it. And cross-checking is going to be the call at 11:18 here in period number 2, resulting in a Sabres power play. This power play brought to you by, Big Sammy's Hot Dogs. Remember what Big Sammy says, eat more hot dogs. Now serving 2 locations, one in Elk Grove, one in Elgin. Try the mozzarella logs, folks. They're fantastic. Rebound out front from Krushelnyski's one-timer set up by Belanger. And it's swung off to the far side for Hall. Hall going to send it back down behind the goal line for Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski met by the Caps defender, knocked down by Bolding. Bolding going to power through the pin in there. Here comes Conklin for support. It's 3 Sabres down low. Here comes the second Caps player. Krushelnyski fights through it. Here to the near side for Belanger. And the Sabres control out to Hall on the point. Hall over to the far side. Conklin fires one off the post. Rebound in the left wing corner for Bolding. Pass Conklin out to the point for Hall, who sealed it up. High at the point. Over to Belanger. Belanger trying to go cross ice for Conklin. Out of the zone it goes. It's going to be Belanger in a foot race. Eva goes in the left wing, right wing corner, trying to get on the offensive side of it. Picked up by the Capitals. Down in the corner, loose change collected by Hall. 29 seconds to go here in the period. Out to Juliana Golden. Golden pushing it up the ice here on the Big Sammy's power play. Golden hits the brakes and she flies right by. Golden right side, tries to send it down low for Patek. Patek out to Belanger. Belanger cross ice looking for Ligda, and the play broken up by the Capitals, who are going to clear with 12 seconds to go on that Big Sammy's power play. Vernig going to collect it now, 8 seconds to go behind the net of Q. Backing up and setting up their trap is going to be the Capitals. And here comes Vernig pushing it up the ice. Capitals forcing to the strong side. We are even strength. And it's going to be Vernig going to come all the way down, muscling through everybody. Patek behind the net with her. Vernig going to try to carry it across, blocked by the Capitals, picked back up by Patek. Patek, left wing hash mark, sends it down low for Field. Field going to work here at 9:34. Field to close the tire, trip, now call. Either way, there's no call. It's going to be Juliana Golden behind the net. She's run off the puck. Here comes Patek now. Capitals unable to clear just yet. Bounces it off of Vernig, cut off by Golden. Punched forward by the Caps, picked up by Ligda. Ligda fakes right and goes left. Makes a move around the forward. Pushing it forward is collected by the Caps, trying to go the other way. And here they're coming, top of the left circle. Thrown out past Molnar. Icing will be the call if it gets there. No icing. They waved it off. Vernig didn't hustle after it, they're saying. So it'll pick up by Vernig. Vernig out to Monaco, who tips one out of the zone. And be collected by the Caps at neutral ice. Caps go D to D right in front of us. Monaco on a back check now. Out of the zone or into the zone in front of Q. Picked up by Pape. Left to right. Pape out to Elena. Elena, top of the right circle, trying to push one towards King. Intercepted by Pape. Pape pushing it up the ice. It's Pape and Molnar, 2-on-2. Going to have to cut back as Pape right in front of the Sabre benches. And it's thrown back in the hands of Josie Vernig. Vernig going to send one in the right wing corner. Bounces off the end boards. Back here to the near side. They go D to D far side now. Monaco gets on the forecheck on the far side. Blocked off a Monaco stick. Bounces out of the zone into the hands of Pape. Pape going to send one right back in the corner. Keeping the Capitals defenders pinched in. They need a line change, folks. D to D pass behind the net. Coming up here. Puck is laying there in front of the slot. Chipped into the corner by King. King right side. Curls down behind the Zamdors. She's got Chinquino with her. King comes all the way left side. Hits Conklin in the slot. Conklin fires one in. It's an MC goal at 8:07. Let's see the replay, folks. It's going to be Dylan King. Going to carry it all the way right to left, and she hits the streaking Matea Conklin, who collects it at the left hash marks and buries one up into the corner. And it is 2-0 with MC from Dylan King. here in period number 2. As we make our way back out to center ice, it'll be Conklin, Patak, and Tommy C. Blue Liners are going to be Crucial, Niski, and Hall. TC sends it out to Hall. Hall left point over to Cinquino. Cinquino sends it down low for Patak. Looking to set up shop in front of the blue paint was going to be Conklin. Out to the point for Crucial, Niski. Trapping is going to be the Capitals. Profaning on the breakout as the Caps. Thrown right up against the wall as Conklin is sealed up by the Capitals, and they're going to try to push the other way. And we're going to get Conklin's going to go to the box here for tripping as she got the stick in there at 7:38. And the Sabres are going to be shorthanded for the next minute and a half here in period number 2 as Conklin heads to the sin bin for tripping. This penalty kill brought to you by the perennial sponsor, Classic Packaging of Northbrook, Illinois. Classic Packaging. You can't have a penalty without a box. Your penalty killers are going to be Cinquino along with King up front. Blue Liners are going to be Crucial, Niski, and Hall. Capitals looking to set things up on the far side. Bodied off by Hall. Crucial, Niski going to throw one out of the zone and clear it. And it's going to head down towards the 10D of the Capitals. 1:12 to go on that Classic Packaging PK. And the defender hits the brakes and cuts back in front of King on the far side, pushing it up the ice across center. Here comes the Capitals, top of the right circle. Coming in is towards King. King poke, checks it free to Hall. Hall going to send one all the way down off the skates of the referee as it slowed it up. And the Capitals going to regroup behind their net left to right. Cinquino forces her in the left wing corner, bodies it off the puck, picked back up by the Capitals. Still harassed by Cinquino, who sends it behind the net. Here comes Tommy C. Tommy C versus 2. She's coming in down here, chipped it over here to the near center front of the Zambros. Cinquino still tying it up. Picking a pocket is going to be Cinquino. Highway robbery. Somebody call the cops in broad daylight. It's going to be Dylan King now. King sends one in all the way down. 32 seconds to go here in the period. Or on the period on the power of the penalty kill. And it's going to be Elena Monaco makes her way out on to the PK along with Eva Molnar. Cutting back is going to be the Capitals right at the blue line off the stick of Monaco. And they say it went out of the zone, so we'll get an offsides and a whistle at 18 seconds to go on that Classic Packaging PK. 6:25 remaining here in the second period. Your lineup stays the same. Up front, Molnar and Monaco. Blue Liners are going to be Vernig and Pape. It'll be the Capitals inside their own zone, dropping her out to the far side. Monaco going to force her up to the far side in front of the benches, now towards Vernig. Comes down low, Vernig going to work. Pushes her off the puck here to the near side. Pick back up, high slot, hanging on to it. Goes cross ice towards Monaco. Firing a shot, rebound on her, shot blocked by Vernig. Picked up by Molnar. Molnar trying to hit Golden. She does. We are even strength, folks. It's going to be Juliana Golden, right wing side, hanging on to it. Girl got blown up by Monaco, got blown up there. She took the girl down from the Capitals with her, so the one-man wrecking crew survives. Pape fires a shot from the high top of the right circle. Saved by the goaltender. And we'll get a whistle at 5:44 to go here in the second. Face-off in the offensive zone to the right wing circle. It'll be Belanger going to take your face-off. Golden in the slot, Bolding on the half wall. Pape and Vernig on D. Caps win the draw. Belanger picks her pocket. High slot, Belanger fires one, blocker save in the left wing corner directed by the goaltender. Golden picks up the rebound now. She tries to kick it forward towards Bolding and Vernig. Make that Belanger and Vernig. And Golden still working out. Just over the stick of Vernig, collected by Emma Pape. Pape patiently waits, drops it back to Vernig. And the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres controlling off the skates of Belanger. Belanger goes cross ice into the zone looking to hit Pape. Pape collects, sends it down behind the net. Left to right, here comes Emma. Sends one in front of the blue paint, just missing Molnar. Golden chops it loose. Golden, Mohawks cuts back, sends one across looking for Belanger. Puck is loose in the high slot for Pape. Pape back to Belanger, bottom of the right circle. Belanger fires one over the crossbar into the dasher boards, out to the left point. Knocked loose by Gianna. Gianna going to send one in the corner. Knocked off the puck is going to be Golden. Bolding over to Belanger here to the near side. Belanger collects it, sends it into the right wing corner for Bolding. Bolding down low, comes in for Belanger. And this Capitals looking like they're pinned in once again. Needed line change. Belanger fires a shot. Rebound out front for Patak. Patak gets the rebound in the right wing corner. Great save by the Capitals goaltender. Picked up by Gianna. Gianna fires shot block. Picked up. There's going to be Belanger. Should have gotten a tripping call there as the girl from the Capitals had her stick between her legs and took her down before she went to get the puck. Belanger picks it back up here. Belanger tried to send one across. Capitals lose it off their stick for Patak. Patak here to the near side, right wing corner, curling around. Either going to get an icing out of this or a penalty. Monaco going to send one in, and Capitol going to finally send it out of the zone all the way down for the icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 4:08 to go here in the period. That was an extended shift for the Capitals players. I felt like they were on the ice for 2 to 2.5 minutes stuck in that zone. It's been all Sabres right now, folks. It'll be Field on your draw, flanked by Ligda right, Patak left. It'll be Krushelnyski and G on D. Gianna on the left point, going to come down in the left wing corner. Sends one behind the net for Patak. Patak looking for Ligda in the front. Off the stick of the Capitals forward and out of the zone it goes, collected by Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski trying to split 3 defenders, and it popped loose by Patak, and she collects it. She's got Ligda on her right. Patak hands it into Ligda, and we're going to get offsides as Brooklyn was just across the blue line before the puck, right in front of the linesman at 3:43. And we'll get a line change on the defensive side of things. Yeah, it looks like Coach Ellie sending out a new winger. Tommy C makes her way out to left wing. Field on your draw. Ligda pushes it forward, kept it like flag by the Capitals, sent in by Andy Hall. On the offensive side is going to be Ligda. She puts the girl on the wall. Josie Vernig playing safety as that puck slides all the way down for the icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. Lots of icing so far in periods 1 and 2. Face-off goes in the right wing circle now. Hall picks it up, give a little flip to the stripes. Conklin on a half wall. King at center. Cinquino on the slot. Hall creeping in right behind Conklin in that I formation stacked along the boards. And Vernig high left point. Conklin going to work in the right corner versus 2. Dylan King gets on the defensive side of it. Cinquino down low. King back to Conklin. Stuffed by the Caps. A 2-on-2, 50-50 battle. Make it 3-on-3 now as Cinquino and a third Capital player come into the fray. Cinquino tried to bounce it out. She does. Kept in the corner by Conklin. Conklin dragging it down behind the net. She's powering through it in the left wing corner now. Conklin sends over to Vernig. Vernig walks the line like Johnny Cash. Cuts back like Cale Makar. Into Conklin. Conklin down low. Out front from Field. It was picked off there, or King, rather. Not Cinquino. I got to get my numbers straight this morning. 2:50 to go here in period number 2. How about that? It's Cinquino and Conklin along with Dylan King in a 3-on-1 battle. TC picks up the loose change. She gets pinned into the wall once again. Still 3 Sabres into that corner. Conklin hits the break. Send it back to Cinquino. Cinquino off of Conklin. Conklin gets taken down. It's Cinquino and MC in a battle now. TC and MC. TC goes down. She gets bodied off the puck. Coming in is going to be Dylan King. King here in the right wing corner. Right wing hash marks now curling back around. Bodied up the puck by the Caps. They're going to send a little Gorbatenko flipper into the air all the way down in the left wing corner. It's not going to be an icing as it won't get there in time. Hall slaps at it and sends it out towards the Cap benches. Picked up by the Capitals. Knocked loose by Monaco. Poke check by Golden. Picked up by the one-man wrecking crew who sends it down low for Vernig. Vernig over here to Hall. And up towards Juliana Golden. Off her stick into the hands of the Capitals. Come back the other way. Bouncing puck is loose. Collected by Hall. Hall makes the move around the forechecker. Poke check by Hall. The puck is loose for Molnar. It's Molnar, Golden, and Monaco. Molnar drops it for Golden. Heading the net is Monaco. Shot blocked by the Capitals off the back of the leg. Chip past Molnar and the one-man wrecking crew. Stepping in is going to be Big Sister G. G in the left wing corner now. Pop loose for Molnar. Covering D is going to be Elena. Monaco left point. Over to Pape. Pape fires from the right side. Tipped it by Golden. Just missing off the right post. 1:33 to go here. Golden hacks at it. Couldn't get a piece of it though. Got the stick, but able to slow it down. Out to Gianna left point. Off a G stick. She drops it back for Pape. Pape here to the near side. Cuts back. Loses a tire. Sends it over in front of the Capital bench. It's going to be collected by Ligda as Pape went down in front of one of the Capitals girls. They're looking to get untangled. Monaco sends it up to Bolding. Bolding lifts the stick in front of the Sabre line, pushing her in front of the Capital line, in front of the Sabre benches. Bolding walks in, high slot, over to Pape. Pape fires a one-timer, just wide right. Rebound off the back of the inboards to Ligda, who just misses on the one-timer. Had a soccer net available on the left side if it would have got to her stick. Picked up here by Monaco. Monaco to Pape. Pape near side. Hits Belanger with 54 seconds to go. Belanger with crossover speed. Cuts back. Hits Bolding. Bolding right face-off dot. Comes down behind the goal line right to left. She has Ligda in front. Just missing. Out to the point for Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski to Hall. Hall golfs it over to Bolding. Bolding cross ice for Belanger. Looking for the bomb from the right point. The patented Belanger bomb. Picked up by Ligda. Ligda fires one off the goaltender and into the netting it goes. We're going to get a whistle at 31.8 seconds to go. I'm not sure if that hit her glove or her helmet. That was ripped. It sure didn't look like it went in the netting, but it must have rebounded quickly, folks. In any event, the referee blew the whistle. Out there now for the Sabres is going to be Patak, Field, and Conklin. Then it'll be Krushelnyski and Hall on D. Caps win the draw. Trying to chip it past Krushelnyski. No go, but it'll be tag up off sides. Cap's going to send one forward in between the legs of Krushelnyski. She doesn't see it towards Hall. Fired a shot off the face mask of Q into the right wing corner. Rebounded out for Patak. Patak to the right point. Trying to shoot one in, blocked by Field and Patak along the headboards or half boards. And it's going to be Hall pushing one out in front of the Capital benches. 9 seconds to go. Sent behind the net. Q going to play it off to the right corner for Krushelnyski, who one-hands one to Hall. And we're going to whistle here. We'll get the sound. There it is. That is the end of the second period. So at the end of 2, it's the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres 2 and the Madison Capitols 0. As we head to the second intermission, it's the ice cut intermission, folks. So this second intermission brought to you by Villaggio's Italian Ristorante in Roselle, Illinois. Villaggio's voted the #1 Italian restaurant in Roselle by me and Rocky. Stop in and see Berto, Edgar, Hugo, Brenda. Tell them I said hi, folks. Enjoy the intermission. Go get yourself a cup of coffee. Maybe throw some Bailey's Irish Cream in there. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Welcome back, folks. It's the final frame here at DeForest Yards Ice Arena. It's the Shattuck St. Mary's squad. Starting the lineup for the third, Golden, Field, and Ligda. Blue Liners going to be Hall and Krushelnyski. 16 minutes on the clock to get this third period underway. And number 35, Q has the net. We're going to get a penalty here on the Capitals. Looks like it's going to be a holding. I thought they were going to call a slash. But at 15:45, the Sabres are headed to the one-man advantage. Holding will be the call at 15:45. And it'll be number 5 headed to the sin bin. So we make our way all the way down to the other end of the ice. If you're listening on the radio, the Sabres are now working from right to left. This power play brought to you by Jay's Beef in Harwood Heights on Montrose and Narragansett. Jay's Beef, you've tried the rest, now try the best. Juliana Golden with the one-timer, toe save by the goaltender out to Ligda. Ligda makes a move around the forward. Top left circle, fires a shot, tipped into the glove by Nora Patak. With the save is the netminder from the Capitals. And 15:32 to go here in the third. 1:18 remaining on that Jays Beef power play. On the draw will be Field. Patak in the slot, Golden on the half wall. Ligda and Vernig on D. Face off one out to Ligda. Brooklyn over to Josie. Josie, top of the right point. Comes in front of the Capital benches, curling around. Out of the zone it goes. Out of the way stripes. The referee took down the forward. And it's going to be picked up here by Ligda. The fortunate turn of events for the Sabres. Off the skates of Field. Into the zone it goes. Behind the tendy of the Caps. Here to the near side. Golden popped it loose. Coming in his Field. She got her pocket picked. Trying to send one out of the zone as the Capitals. They clear it. And it'll be slowed up by Q. Behind the net. Leaving it for Vernig. Josie left to right. Here to the underneath the net. She patiently waits for the Capitals defender to the forward to commit, and it's up to Belanger. Belanger to Krushelnyski. Headed to the slot is going to be Bolding. Krushelnyski hits the brakes over to MC. MC left face off dot. Cuts back. Good puck protection by Conklin. Sends it over to Hall, who bounces out to the high point. Looks to go. Bound to the right hash mark. Fires a shot. Glove saved by the goaltender. Rebounded here to the near side for Conklin. Conklin pushes it back into the boards. Picked up by Bolding. Bolding cross ice for Belanger. Belanger cuts to the middle, leaves the puck out, hangs onto it. Over to Conklin, top of the left circle. Conklin to Belanger. Over to Hall, far side in front of the Cap benches now. Going to circle it back over, drops it for Belanger. Top of the right circle, coming down low. Give it over to Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski, right hash marks, working it out to Hall. Hall at the top of the point, fires a shot. Looking to hip is going to be Belanger, but none. She could not get a piece of it, and a glove save by the Capitals goaltender. 14:12 to go here in the period. And a face-off goes to the right wing circle. We are even strength. And out there now will be the one-man wrecking crew along with Dylan King and Molnar up front, and they're booting the Capitals face-off centerman. And your blue liners are going to be Pape and G. Capitals controlling, trying to split it up. They come out in a 3-on-2 rush in front of Pape and G. High right circle, firing a shot, saved by Q as it went off the stick of Monaco. It's redirected and Q able to make the save. And it's going to be the Monaco girls making up 40% of the lineup right now. Gianna sends it back behind the net for Pape. Pape over to Molnar. Molnar to King. King to center. Poke check loose for Elena. Monaco coming in left side. Comes in the left wing corner. Hangs onto a puck protection. Trying to drop it to King. Drop pass picked off by the Caps. Monaco gets on the defensive side and pops it loose behind the net. Conklin coming in on the forecheck now. Out towards Pape. 2-on-2. King on the back check. Knocked it loose in front of the penalty boxes. King tried to slam one forward to Conklin. Picked up by the Caps. Thrown into the hands of Pape. Pape pushing it up to center. Backing up is going to be the Caps defender. She could have stepped up and got it, but Pape collects it. Left face on that, fires the shot. Just missing wide left for Cinquino. Tommy Little 5 down low to King Conklin. MC going to work. Right to left here to the near side. Sends it out to the point for Pape. Pape off her stick. It goes, and it's going to slide all the way down by Q. Comes out of the corner, out of the net to the corner to play it for Vernig at 13:04. And Vernig crossing over behind the net right to left. She hits the brakes, and they fly right by. Vernig here to the near side, breaking it out to Conklin. Conklin back to Vernig, creating some space now in front of the net of Q. On the far side for Pape. Looking to draw the Capitals forecheck in the 1-2-2 as they set it up. Trying to trap. Here to the near side. Up off the glass to Conklin. Out kept in by the blue line over the stick of Patak. Swatted away by Q for Pape. Pape golfs one up in the glass. A little 9-iron pitching wedge. And now it's backhanded on his own Jalmerson style by Conklin. All the way down for the icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 12:30 to go here in the period. And a face-off going to go to the right wing circle to the left of Q. Out there now for the Sabres is going to be Field on your draw. In the slot goes Golden, Hall, and Ligda. Josie Vernig on the half wall. Shot blocked by Hall. Back in the corner for Ligda. Picked up by the Caps. Poke check. Loose by Q. Back into the corner. Swatted away by Field. Picked up by Ligda. Ligda back down low for Hall. Hall right corner. Trying to go cross ice. Intercepted up front. Tries to make a move. Fired a shot off the head. Face mask of Q. Picked up by Vernig. And back off to the far side, picked up by the Capitals, sent down low. Coming in is going to be Vernig, left wing corner, bouncing it down low for Field. Field left to right here to the near side. Field cutting back, picks up the loose chain, sends it out towards the Sabre benches. Field picks up her own pass, makes a move around the forechecker, and up and across the zone she goes. Golden in tow, Lichter coming in. Field hangs on and gives over to Golden. Golden gets shoved off the puck, losing it out to Hall. Hall left point. A little bit of time and space for Andy. Over to the far side for Ligda. Ligda working it. Goes into the middle for Field. Bounces over here to the near side for Golden. Golden to Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski back to Golden. Underneath the net. Coming down low in the pinch is going to be Andy Hall. Hall pokes it loose. Right wing hash marks now. Coming in is going to be Belanger. 3 Cap players on it. Off the skates of the Capitals. Sealed up the wall is going to be Hall. In between her legs. The puck is still loose. Either picked off by the Capitals down to the right wing corner. Belanger coming and trying to lift the stick. Hall pitches it loose again. Puck is loose here to the near side. Monaco's going to cut off the forward. No icing, they say, as it's waved off. And it's let go for Field. For Jaden Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski with time and space. Going to make a move up here to the ice. Across center, now to the blue line. Comes in, top of left circle. Fires a shot. Blocker save. Rebound out front for Krushelnyski in the left wing corner for Bolding. Coming in is going to be Belanger. Belanger sends one towards the blue paint. Belanger reaching out. Swats it back behind the net by the Capitals. Coming in is Monaco. Puck is loose behind the net for Bolding. Bolding trying to drag it to left wing corner. Monaco comes in, chips it over to Belanger. Belanger, bottom right circle, fires a shot wide right behind the net. Ringing out here to the near side for Gianna. Gianna bounces out, then pushing it in a battle, trying to send one in towards Bolding. Monaco still tough in front of the blue line there. Here comes Sister Elaine on the defensive side of it. Dragged out of there by Bolding, who's going to send one into the left wing corner. And it's going to be the Capitals trying to go the other way. Goes cross ice in front of the camp benches towards Molnar. Little Gorbatenko flip into the left wing corner. Gianna trucking down low to get it. We're going to get an icing, and we're going to bring that one all the way back. At first, I thought I heard him say no, but eventually then they raised their arm. I didn't see it, folks, but she was behind the center line by about 4 or 5 feet. Sometimes they let those go. Today they did not. It's Field in the slot, King at center, Molnar on the half wall, Pape and Vernig on D. Pape sends it over to Molnar. Molnar down low for Field. Field collects it, right wing hash marks. Sends it back to the cycle play for Molnar. Picked off by the Capitals. Coming in is going to be King. Force her to hit the brakes. Cut back by Molnar. Looking to trap right and left was going to be the Sabres. It's going to be the Capitals breaking on the ice. Poke check by Pape on the far side. Top left circle going cross ice. Pass was behind her. King was on the back check. Picked up by Pape. Pape trying to push one out towards Field. The dump in kind of slowed up there by Field. Picked up by Vernig. Vernig going to send it over to Field. Field right wing hash marks in front of us. Cuts back to the faceoff dot. Goes cross ice for Molnar. Off of Eva's stick, but she picks it to loose change, and the Caps do it right back into her possession. It's Molnar versus 4. Molnar in front of the blue line now. Drops it for Patek. Patek comes in, right faceoff dot. Comes in, fires the shot. The defender got a piece of it. Stepping up is going to be Vernig. Vernig back to Patek, trying to make a move. Goes over to Josie. Josie, left wing hash marks. Off the stick of the Caps defender. Glove down by Conklin. MC, toe drag in the left wing corner. Puck is loose down low for the Caps to try to pitchfork one out. No go. Picked up by Patek on the backhand. Fires the shot. Save. Rebound up front. Smothered by the goaltender. As Patek fell on top of the defender, we'll get a whistle as the goaltender from the Caps freezes it at 9:15 to go here in the third. Out there now for the Sabres will be Cinquino, Patek, and Conklin up front from left to right. Hall and Krushelnyski on D from left to right on the far side. Caps trying to drag it out. Poke check by Krushelnyski. Hall going to attack and send it in the zone. All the way in the right wing corner. No icing. Picked up by Krushelnyski behind the net. Krushelnyski facing 2. Glove down by the Caps. Coming in is Patek. Tried to send it back behind the net. Krushelnyski picked it off. There's bodies all over the place. The pile up on the interstate inside the offensive zone for the Caps. Hall collects it and sends it back down behind the goal line. Cinquino coming in. One on. Picked up here in the left wing corner. Coming in is MC. Out to the blue line. Kept in by Hall. Hall makes a move bouncing into the out zone. Looking for the backdoor play to Cinquino. Left right wing hash marks. Chip forward towards the boards in front of the Cap benches. Sent back in by Krushelnyski. And it's going to be Cinquino and Patek on the forecheck, right and left. Slowed up by Hall. Puck's going to trickle out the center for Ligda. And the Cap's going to send it in deep. It's going to be Gianna Monaco down by the Zamdors with the shoulder check. She hits the brakes and sends one over here to the near side. The Cap's trapping. Back behind the net for Monaco is going to chip one over here to TC. Tommy Little 5 hits Belanger. or Field rather. It's Field along with Ligda. Field and Ligda going to work 2-on-1. Field inside over Ligda. Ligda off her stick in the right corner. It goes. Ligda hangs on and trying to send it back down low. She's tied up by 2 cap defenders. Puck is loose for Golden. Chopped that out of the zone. Collected by G. G going to go cross ice for Golden inside the zone. Juliana going to work here, left wing corner. Bouncing up in the air. Field comes in for support now. Field and Golden down the left wing corner. Golden sends it out to the point for Pape. Pape walks the line like Johnny Cash. Fires a shot. Tipped by the defender of the Capitals. Redirected almost in the net for a Pape goal. The goaltender makes a nice save, and Pape sends it all the way into the right wing corner as it trickled out to the left point. Coming down low is going to be Ligda. Ligda to Field. In front of the net, blue paint is Golden. Golden on a one-timer. Blocked by the Caps. Picked up by Pape. Pape to G. G coming back to her forehand. Fires a shot. Blocked by the Caps. Picked back up in the right wing corner by the Capitals. Trying to send one out to Gianna. Bouncing it loose to the neutral zone. G's going to go over to Pape. Pape pulling it back, and she's just out of frame there as I didn't turn the camera. Sending the left wing corner. Golden on the forecheck now. Golden comes in. She's got it pinned in. Golden going to get a holding call. She doesn't let go of her. Then the far side will be Belanger. Belanger up on the girl. She goes down on a little time tangled up there. And the Caps pick up the loose change. Back checking is Belanger. Puck is loose for Pape. Pape touches one forward to Belanger. Eva Belanger along with Monaco and Boulding. Belanger toe drag left wing face up. Fires a shot. Rebound up front. It's in between the pads. No, it went into the shoulder. No, it didn't. It fell down. I thought maybe it went inside her jersey. It was a shoulder save down in between her pads. At 6:51 to go here in the period. And the Sabres complete the line change. It'll be the one-man wrecking crew on the half wall, Boulding in the slot, and Eva Belanger and the draw. Vernig and Hall on D. Monaco back over to Vernig, left point. Vernig hits the brakes, trying to get it over to Monaco in the slot. Monaco collapsed on by 1, and it's going to be 2-on-2 the other way. Make it 3-on-3 now. Trying to chip one past Hall behind the net here to the near side. Vernig coming in. Right wing corner, sealing up the wall is going to be Vernig. On the defensive side of it is going to be Belanger, now towards Monaco. High left point towards Boulding. Up cross front lane, Elena breaks up the play. Puck is loose in the left wing corner for Hall. Hall back down low, reaching past the Caps, collected by Monaco. And it's going to be off and out of play it goes, almost taken out of fan. We got a souvenir. The Sabres are going to be shorthanded here at 6:21. Interference is going to be the call. It looks like it's going to be on Josie Vernig. And it is. Interference at 6:21 to go here in the third. Leaving the Sabres shorthanded for the second time in this contest. This penalty kill brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts Coffee. America runs on Dunkin'. Dunkin' Donuts Coffee, the official coffee of the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres. Parents, your penalty killers out there now are going to be Field along with Ligda. Blue liners are going to be Krushelnyski and G. Ligda, out of the zone it goes, knocked down to midair by the Capitals at center ice. Field harassing, back in the hands of the defender. She flies by it, over here towards Ligda. Ligda pushing it back on the ice towards Krushelnyski. Mohawk, puck protection of the Capitals. Send it behind the net in the left wing corner. G going to work down low. Puck's loose left wing corner. Top of the left point. Capitals going to work. Goes over here to the near side. Over here towards Ligda. High slot coming out, play broken up, firing a shot. Tipped down by the Capitals into the left wing corner for Krushelnyski. Releasing back out to the left point for the Caps. Out towards Field, putting pressure on the defender. Left wing hash marks. Here comes Krushelnyski, popping it loose. Poke check forward by Krushelnyski. Back into the left wing corner it goes. Field giving chase now, looking for the give and go. Gianna puts a body on it, knocks it loose. 44 seconds to go on this Dunkin' Donuts penalty kill. And Monaco forced it to go back up the boards, out to the left point towards Field. Here to the near side for Ligda. Mohawk puck protects him. Ligda forced her to go out to the high slot, looks to fire a shot. Shot block. Rebound off the skates of Monaco into the right wing corner. Down low, Gianna going to pop it loose, and the puck slides up far side. Krushelnyski ties it up and puts a body on it. Krushelnyski drags and sends it out to the left point. Kept in by the Caps with 22 seconds to go on that Dunkin' Donuts PK. High left circle. Back in the left wing corner. Knuckling up in the air is going to be collected by the Caps. High slot goes cross ice here to right point. Coming over is Ligda. High in front of Field. Backhand shot off the off the helmet of a Cap player at 4:56. 5 seconds to go on that Dunkin' Donuts PK. Shot and a save by Q. And that is the end of the power play, or the Dunkin' Donuts PK, I should say, at 4:50 to go here in the contest. We're back to even strength, and Coach Ellie goes for the line change. Headed out there now will be Golden, making her way over to Emma Pape here on the half wall. Dylan King on your draw. Hall and Molnar in the slot. Shot blocked by Golden. Picked up by Andy Hall. It's a rush the other way. 3-on-2. Hall to Golden. Golden walking in. Hall heads to the net. Golden hits the brakes, trying to hit Papa entering the zone late. Up the ice. Here comes the Caps the other way. Thrown into the hands of Emma Pape. She blows it tight. Good play from her knee. She sends it back to Golden. Golden got it popped off her stick. She was trying to send it over to Molnar. King comes in and picks her pocket. Highway robbery in broad daylight. Somebody call the cops. It's the far side for Molnar. Inside the zone towards Golden. Picked off by the Capitals. Up the ice they go. Thrown right into the hands of Andy Hall. Hall cuts back to the outside. Hits Molnar in front of the penalty boxes. Molnar, right side. Bounces up in the air. Slew foot. No call on that one as those two got tangled up on the skates. And it's going to be picked up top of the right point. Poke check by King. Collected back by the Caps. Sends one towards the net. Shot blocked by Hall. It doesn't make its way through. King sends it into the left wing corner. Coming down low is going to be Pape. Shot is blocked once again by Hall. She tried to shove one off. It's going to be a one-on-one battle behind the net. One by Hall, who's going to sauce one out of the zone. It goes off the stick of the defender of the Capitals, who's going to collect it and sends it right back up here to the near side. Met by Golden. Out to Hall. Hall golfs one out of the zone, and it's back in the other way. Nora Patak on the forecheck now. 3:38 to go here in the period. Caps wrapping around here to the near side. Conklin on the back check. Coming in is going to be Tommy Little 5. Collecting it in neutral zone. Dropping it back to Vernig. Vernig to G. G cuts back. Sends it over to Vernig. Making him chase. Up towards Cinquino. Cinquino with step. Left wing faceoff dot. Fires one across. Looking for Conklin on the back door. Back in the hands of Cinquino, who sends on the point for G. G bounces out. Blows a tire. Back in the left corner. Finally sent off the dasher board and out of the zone. Bouncing and spinning dime, puck collected by Gianna. Gianna sends it over to Vernig, just missing her hands, and chipped back in the right wing corner by the Zandors. Towards Gianna, firing a shot, saved by Q. We're going to get a whistle. They're going to call that a goal. I'd like to see it, folks. They're saying she scored. Number 27. I know it knuckled down in front of Q. Not sure that it ever crossed the goal line, but the referee said it did. And it's 2-1, folks. As they make their way back out to center ice. It's going to be Monaco and Vernig on D. Gianna going to sell one on his own, trying to hit Molnar. That's offside. It'll be picked up by Belanger. Belanger makes a move around the forechecker, slowed up, picked up by Gianna. Gianna going to get the center. She's going to carry it in. Right wing corner. Gianna going to work down behind the goal line. Puck protection. Gianna powering through the body checks. Into the left wing corner she goes. Here to the near side. Sends it out to Vernig, left point. Vernig goes in. Elena, the one-man wrecking crew, along with Belanger in the left wing corner. Belanger collects it here to the near side now. Belanger looking for Elena. Monaco and Belanger going to work in the 2-on-2 battle in the left wing corner. Monaco's pinned in now. Belanger trying to drag it back. Bolding circling like a shark at that left wing faceoff dot. Vernig left point. Hall out here at the blue line. Hall creeping in, leaving it wide open. Picked up by Belanger. Belanger for Bolding right in the front. Shot fired a little wide right there. Saved by the goaltender. Picked up by Belanger. She hangs onto it. Sends it in the left wing corner. Bolding going to have to go trucking down low to get it. Cap sent it over to the far side. Bolding puts her into the wall. Shot blocked out of the zone by Golden, but it's picked back up by the Caps. Trying to go right back the other way. Broken up by Hall. Collected back by the Capitals. Broken up by Hall once again. Right left wing faceoff dot. Coming down the left wing corner into the stick of Golden. Golden slams into the back door, but it's picked up by the Capitals. Off the stick of the forward. Picked up by Bolding. It's going to be Bolding and Golden in a 2-on-2. Siri going in. Sends one in right to left behind the goal line. Golden on the forecheck now. Here to the near side. Golden going to run her off the puck. Loose change collected back by the Caps. She makes a move around Juliana, pushing it up the ice. Field on the back check now. Thrown away by the Caps all the way down. That's going to be an icing. And at 96 or 86 seconds to go here in the contest, we're going to bring that one all the way back. Face-off goes into the left wing circle. In the offensive zone for the Sabres. It'll be Golden, Field, and Ligda up front. Krushelnyski and Hall on D from right to left. Ligda in the slot. Face-off one to Golden. Hall over to Krushelnyski. Fires him. It was redirected by the forward. Blocker saved by the goaltender. Into Hall. Hall left point. Picked up by Golden. Golden sends it back behind the net. Caps collecting. Ligda trapping. Backhand pass here. Trying to make a move around. It's going to be Golden who collects it behind the net. Juliana with one on her, fighting through the body checks down in the right wing corner. On the far side, harassed by Ligda and Golden. Still hacking on her towards Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski going to slow her up. Into the right wing corner is going to be Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski chips over here to the near side. Picked up by Andy Hall. Hall the Golden with 52 seconds to go. They got an empty net. It's going to be Jocelyn Field pushing it up the ice. Field comes in, looks at her forehand, empty netter shot. And Jocelyn Field makes this back to a 2-goal game at 44.9 seconds to go here in the third with the empty netter. as we make our way back out to center ice. Sabres go for the line change. It'll be Cinquino, Patek, and Conklin up front. Pape and G on D. Draw one back to Pape. Pape over to Gianna. Gianna blows a tire, picks it up, sends it over to Pape. Pape here to the near side, makes a move around the forward. Pape sends it up to Conklin. Conklin across the Capital line. Right side, fires a shot. Rebound, juicy for Patek. Picked up by the Capitals. Right in front of the blue paint. Bad move there, but she come off the right post and sent back behind the net. She was collapsed on quickly by the Sabres. They were like a bunch of sharks looking at that one. Juicy fish bait. Sent into the zone by the Capitals at 18 seconds to go. It's going to be Gianna behind the net of Q. Right to left on the far side. Sends it up the boards to Conklin. Conklin pops it loose back to G. G battling it out there with one of the Cap girls. Gianna going to get position on it. Going to push one out of the zone and into the bench as it goes out of play at 3.6 seconds to go here in the ball game. Faceoff will go into the left wing circle. Just to the right of Q. Krushelnyski makes her way out onto the ice. Patek going to take your draw. Puck was in the left wing corner. Krushelnyski going to hold it. And that sound is the end of the game. Your final score here from DeForest Yards Ice Arena. The Shattuck St. Mary Sabres 3. The Madison Capitals 1. As we head over to our favorite part of the broadcast, Rockies recap. For the home team, Madison Capitals, 3 penalties on the board. Number 11 tripping in the first at 4:47. Number 15 cross-checking in the second at 11:18. And number 5 holding in the third at 15:45. The lone goal scored by number 27 coming at 2:59 in the third period. For the victorious and visiting Shattuck St. Mary Sabres, 2 penalties in the affair. Mattea Conklin tripping in the second at 7:38. And Josie Vernig interference in the third at 6:21. Goals scored by Josie Vernig, assisted by Jocelyn Field at 6:24 in the first. Your game winner scored by Mattea Conklin, the hometown girl, assisted by Dylan King at 8:07 in the second. And your last goal, the empty netter, scored by Jocelyn Field at 44.9 seconds to go in period number 3. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you for watching. We will see you in about 10 minutes as the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres 19U squad takes on the Madison Capitals. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Once again, your final score here from DeForest Yards Ice Arena. The Shattuck St. Mary Sabres 3 and the Madison Capitals 1. Thanks for watching.